Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ravekel. This is the Zelda Randomizer, because I have a problem. In this case, my problem is primarily that I'm in one of those moods where I can't concentrate on anything. And so as a result, I decided to play a game that I don't really have to think about. I'm kind of at that point where I feel like I should be having some caffeine. But if I have caffeine, I know I won't sleep tonight. Yeah, that. So if I start making dumb mistakes, that's fine. So, I have an excuse. For those of you who are new to this, this is the Link to the Past randomizer. All of the chests in the game are randomized. All of the items that you get from bosses, from NPCs, are randomized. The item drops for enemy pools are randomized. The crystals, or the locations of the crystals and the pendants, are randomized between the dungeons. That means that we need to be... Our goal for the game is to beat Ganon, and we only need to get the 7 crystals to do that. So, we are on a great starting path here. We've got the mirror, which is going to save us some time. By the way, I didn't mention that earlier. Part of this game is the time factor. It's... The goal isn't just to figure out the puzzle, it's to go through it fast. And that is part of it that I'm enjoying so much. My friend Mike has been racing me on these, and we've gotten to the point where it's actually been really close, and he's been winning some and I've been winning some, so yeah. The bomb that just dropped is the reason that that I've been killing those guards. It's really important to get at least one bomb during the escape, because there is a spot at the end where you can bomb a wall, and there's 3 chests. In the regular game, it's not a huge deal because they're, minor items that you don't really need. In this, they could be anything. We've already got the Power Glove, which is really good. It opens up a lot of stuff early game. We've got the mirror, which we're actually going to use right here. We've got the mushroom, which I'm actually going to put this on the mushroom just so I don't accidentally use the bomb or mirror. The mushroom is a trading item. It is used just to get a second item. So right now it could be... One way to think of it is it's nothing. It's just another step for us. But another way to think of it is it could literally be any useful item in the game. It could also be 10 rupees. So this is the only dungeon in the game that will be lit up because we don't have a lantern. They left it for this only because they don't want to punish people, because this part is basically required. Actually, it is required. They put an extra guard in just to make sure you cannot leave this zone without beating this part in the game. Okay, we're almost done with the escape, and then we can start the real game. So this wall here is what I was talking about earlier. Get the bow. Oh, good. I have had such bad bow luck in most of the recent seeds I've played. Seeds in this are basically the randomized version. So if you're playing on the same seed, it means that you will get the same pattern, the same enemies, the same basically all the randomized factors will be the same. Okay. So I've got a little bit of mobility so far with the power glove. I've got the bow, which is important for a couple dungeons. And I've got the mushroom, which is a trading item, which is not immediately useful. So first thing I'm gonna do is cut across over here and check out the forest. There are 2 items in the forest, and we're gonna check inside the woodcutter's house as well. We're also gonna check this tree. It was not useful. The contents of the tree are random based on certain factors, so there's a chance that you can get things like big pile of rupees or bombs. Okay, the item in this cave is just bombs. The only way to get that item is by beating Aghanim. So, by checking here, we confirm we do not need to beat Aghanim to get an item. Okay, we're gonna check this first. Book of Medora. That's a good item. That'll let us, if we get the Master Sword early as well, that'll mean we can get Ether when we do the tower, stuff like that. And Bombos when we approach over there. Once we have Moon Pearl and a way to get into the Dark World. I'm gonna check real quick here. So it looks like the Tower of Hera is not required. Eastern Palace and Desert Palace are. They are crystals. The Tower of Hera, however, is the green pendant, which is the one that means that if we get that, Sahasrara will give us an item. So I may do it anyway, especially if that's the path that we end up on, is going up to Death Mountain early. I mean, we can already do Eastern Palace as it stands. I'd have to do the sections in the dark unless we get the... Oh. Unless we get the lamp. So, first thing I'm gonna do, apparently, is buy this. The second thing I'm gonna do is run down to this shop and buy bombs. There are a lot of places in Kakariko Village that need bombs. It's kind of this starting item that unlocks a lot of other stuff. And rather than farm bombs, I'm gonna go ahead and just buy them. I've got the rupees. I will end up with way more rupees than I know what to do with by the end of this run, inevitably. Lamp. Awesome. We're basically gonna... we've actually got... There is a very good chance that I can clear all 3 Light World dungeons right now. And the Moon Pearl. That opens up a lot too. I can't get the Bottle Kid yet. Having this little moment of making making sure I don't forget to go back up here because there are 5 treasure chests here and the 5 treasure chests in the well. So when I say that I have the items I need, the dungeons each have certain items that are needed to complete them. For example, like I said, Eastern Palace requires... Can of Burn is okay. Eastern Palace requires you to have the bow and the lantern. And the reason you need that is because there's dark rooms, so unless you have it memorized, you need the lantern, and a bow because there are certain enemies that can only be killed by the bow. So as long as you have both of those things, you can beat the level. If you don't have those things, you can't. You have to do levels out of order, explore the overworld until you get what you need, basically. So we've got a pretty solid start. We can, like I said, the only one I'm not sure on yet is the desert, and that's because there is one spot which has a key on a lamp, and if that happens to be... Yeah, we'll check a few more things here. If that happens to be the actual key that it looks like, then you can end up in trouble. You wouldn't be able to get into certain areas. Just rupees, no big deal. And we're gonna see if the race item's worth it. Nope. Save quit is allowed in these. We're gonna go back to my house just for safety and to shortcut here. Okay, we're gonna try the first glitch that I'm gonna be using during this. I mean, this isn't something we're gonna do a ton of glitches or anything. There we go. But one of the very easy ones is the blocks in the original version of the game have this weird physics when you move them. They leave the object layer and they become a moving sprite for a second, which means you can shoot through them. Or in the case of the mirror, for some reason it despawns them. Okay, we're gonna be very careful here. Crabs that are running around are actually the strongest Light World enemy. The bottom side of these pits are also traversable in this version of the game. Single arrow. Most of that was not terribly useful. But I did get a shield. That's good. I'm okay with having a shield. Okay, so I'm going to die. Okay. Well, I'm gonna die. We will save continue. Rafe's house. I'm gonna grab hearts. That's the one thing. This run's gotten there's a lot of just good utility items right off the bat, but there's also a decent amount here of like, there's no sword up. There's been no sword upgrade, no armor upgrade, and no, or you know, only a couple hearts. So luckily I have the tools to do early palaces, because if I had to venture into the Dark World right now, I'd be in trouble. Okay, so we're gonna run up to Ice Rod Cave. I'm gonna come back. We're gonna fake flippers, which is another trick, and go check the Lake Island item just to see if it's needed, and we're gonna check under the bridge. Or we're not gonna fake flippers, and I'm just gonna use regular flippers. It's like one of the only glitches I can do. I was all excited that I was gonna get to do it again, and every time I get close, I just get the flippers anyway, and then there's no point. You can't very well use fake flippers if you can do real flippers. So yeah, basically there's a screen transition down there that'll, if you cross or jump into the water right as you change screens, you can cause the game to think that you should have flippers. If you get hit, it soft locks the game. So it's risky, but it's neat, and it lets you get these items earlier than you normally should be able to. Another 300 rupees. That's actually really nice too. We'll probably hit Zora's Domain up after Eastern Palace. I'm thinking at this point we're just going to kind of work our way counterclockwise here. I'm going to do Sahasrala's house, Eastern Palace, and then move up to the Witch's Hut. I probably could have saved quit and started back at my house there. Oh well. Knowing when to save quit or mirror out of the game is, or save quit out of the game or mirror out of dungeons is one of the things that I'm still working on that would probably help my times. By the way, the reason that some of these glitches work is because the randomizer is based on the Japanese 1.0 version of the game. That means it is the initial release from Japan before they had a chance to fix any of the problems they found. So there are a lot more glitches and bugs in this version than in most. It is the preferred version for speedruns and such because of that. This is technically considered a glitchless one. I mean, you can still use glitches while if you're by their rules for races. But the randomizer actually has a category where glitches can be required. So it could have the flippers in a spot where you couldn't normally get them. I don't think I mentioned that this time. The game does have a logic engine, so it will never put an item in a place where that same item is required to get it. So, for example, you know, it wouldn't put the flippers under the bridge. It won't put small keys behind the door that's required to, or behind a door if you need that many. If you need like 3 keys to get through a dungeon, it'll always put those keys in front of the doors that they lock. the big key can't be in the big key, or in the big key can't be in the chest that it opens, stuff like that. Also, items in pots, like small keys, are still always in the same place. Those don't get tossed in the randomizer. So there's a couple levels where we'll actually abuse that because we know where the keys are. You can actually skip small parts of certain dungeons by doing, depending on which items you have. That was odd. Okay, it looks like the big key is going to be in its normal chest. What I mean by that is there are no more treasure chests between here, or before the big door and the big chest. So this is the part that you need the lantern for. I can do this part without the lantern, these two rooms. But there's another room shortly after that I have not gotten down yet. That was not very smooth, but oh well. Basically just have to do the rest of this without getting hit, that's all. At least it's not a super hard boss. Okay, so I now know the rest of the items in this dungeon will be actual items. What I mean by that is we already have the map and the compass. Sometimes the boss could drop like a map or a compass or a key, depending on the layouts of the dungeons. And this will not be, that will not be the case for this. This is the room that I am not confident doing in the dark. Because you actually have to kill all those enemies, and, you know, they move. The other ones are a very simple pattern. Okay, that one. That switch down there you can hit without moving the guy, even though you can't see the switch. Cannonballs are random. And this guy is the reason that we need the bow. That guy and these two nice gentlemen. Armos. Okay. There we go. One dungeon down. That's actually really good time. Really good time for getting a crystal already. Already mostly done with Hyrule Overworld, and have the first crystal, and the stuff to do one or two more. That's feeling pretty good so far. I don't want to risk that. Despite the death. Okay, so we're gonna drop the mushroom off at the witch's hut real quick, because it's kind of on the way to Zoro's domain. We do not have the hook shot, so we're not going to be able to do a whole ton on Death Mountain, but we can at least get the save point. We can get the item from the old man. We can do Tower of Hera. We can do the east side of Death Mountain because we have the hammer. Never mind. That mushroom was awesome. So what I was saying, normally you need the hook shot to get over to the east side of Death Mountain. There's 2 caves that have like 8 items between them. With the hammer, we can actually go up the face of Death Mountain and then use the hammer to cross the bridge on the top and then go back down the other side. It's technically a less efficient way to do it, but it happens. Now, if I got the Master Sword either here or from the old man or on Spectacle Rock, I would be a very happy person. I just spent 500 rupees to get 300 rupees. I am not getting the item on the ledge because it was 10 arrows. Just so you know. So we're pretty good on money for the whole rest of the game now. I don't have the stuff I need to do this row. There's some stuff you can get to if you have the dash boots or the 2nd level, the Titan's mitts. The only other overworld stuff I'm missing is the desert cave, which I can get when I do the desert. This is gonna have a lot more items available, and I don't want to have to redo the desert if I end up needing the dash boots. So I'm increasing my chances of getting there with the boots by doing this first. I will also say I can technically now... Oh, silver arrows. Heck yeah. I can technically get to the Dark World now. I'm gonna hold off on that and do these first because I can. Like I said, it's available. Death Mountain's got lots of chests. Tower of Hera will have the green pendant. It's a really short dungeon, and I've got all the stuff I need already. So we're gonna be here anyway. Get it out of the way. I wish I had the Master Sword so I could get the Ether Tablet while I was here too. That is red rupees aren't worth it, and red rupees aren't worth it. That's another one where we can check the item before we go get it. Make sure I remember to equip my silver arrows so I've got them available. Yeah, I don't think we've got enough to go through the spike cave right now. Master Sword for that. Like I said, this dungeon is very short. So the goal is just to go through it quick. If it looks like Moldworm is going to have a crappy item, we already know where the compass is, so that one's not going to happen, but so this is another trick. If you are inside of one of these pegs when they go up, you get invincibility frames until you leave that square. I'm not sure if there's only a couple of rooms that this even comes up, but this is one of them, and it's very useful here. Not having to do that puzzle, and you start on the correct side of the pegs. So one of the things you need for this dungeon is technically a source of fire. You don't always need it, but you sometimes need it. So I forgot to flip the switch. Again, that whole I need to remember to do that more often thing. Now, one thing that will be kind of annoying with this is I don't have many long range items to flip those switches. Normally I would like toss stuff. So that's why I was using the bow, and I'm probably gonna have to rely on, I forgot to flip the switch back to the right way. There'll be an opportunity to do it soon. It's just a little annoying. Mostly that guy. And this is where I want it to end up. At least just for now. Okay, Moldworm will have an actual item. I've seen the compass and the map. Whether it's a good item, we'll find out. Let's do the standard way to do this. It's fine. Titan's Mitt. Very nice. If I got the flute right now, I would be very happy. Okay, so we are gonna go do Moldworm. Like I said, he's got an item and technically a second item because Sahasrara will give us an item. Now, I hate Moldworm. He's my least favorite boss in this game. I say that for a lot of things, but Moldworm really is annoying. And I got knocked in the middle. So when you get knocked in the middle, you fall down several floors. That was really annoying. I'm frustrated. Okay, we'll try that again. We shouldn't have to do fast Moldworm because I'm gonna try and use the hammer to at least do the last hit. The hammer, you can kill him in... He normally takes 6 hits. The hammer does 2 damage per hit. So... Or And when he goes to the last hit, he starts speeding up. So what we're going to do is, instead of hitting him this last time with the sword, making him go fast, we're going to finish him with the hammer. Pendant. I'd prefer not to do pendant dungeons. If I'm going to do one, it's going to be the green one. That tower was really not worth it, but... Oh, Titan's Mitt. Never mind. That was totally worth it. I need to do that anyway. Like I said, I'm kind of out of it. So Titan's Mitt also means we can go into the Dark World. And do part of that East Death Mountain as well. I might do that. Ugh. Quake. Okay. That's good. So we're gonna go this way first. This is the Spiral Cave. Can you guess why? Need to remember to stop stopping. I'm very bad at stopping for money. Or item drops in general, even when I don't need them. I've been better at it than I used to be. Oh my gosh. This is like ridiculous. Like, genuinely. I genuinely have never felt like I was just having things fall into place like this before. It's kind of ridiculous. So we're gonna just clear the rest of Death Mountain, except Turtle Rock, because we can. And the Spike Cave, because we can't. This is ridiculous. Okay, why not? So yeah, we just got the boots. That means that now when we go to desert, we can definitely beat it. This is one of the most... Or this is one of the very big time savers here. Normally you have to go up like 3 different stairways and drop into different parts and push the blocks out of the way. We just cut that down to 1 stairway by warping through the blocks. That takes us to the top of the cave. Remember, I have boots now. Okay, so we know that one of the medallions, actually real quick here, Ether, awesome, we already got that one. And just to double check, we don't have to do Swamp Palace, and we don't have to do Palace of Darkness. Okay, so we really just need like the... I mean, I'm sure I'm forgetting something. But the main item I can think of that I don't have that I need... Okay, we need Staff of Samaria and the Fire Rod are the 2 big ones that we need. I would really appreciate a better sword and stuff, obviously, but I may just go mode once I get to that point. Just so you know, go mode, when I say that, is a term for the point in the game where you don't have to beat everything, where you don't actually have to play the levels the way they're supposed to be played. Basically, you don't have to sit there and open every chest because you already know what you have and what you need. Okay. So, I'm gonna just go finish. Yeah. I'm gonna get a couple things on the way, but I'm gonna go finish the light world. I say as I go to the Dark World. I'm going into the Dark World for a specific purpose. There's a cave right here. That has 5 chests in it. It's again, I'm trying to be as efficient as possible. I'm trying to hit the places with the highest concentration of available chests first. Or chests that are very, very clearly on the way. So I'm gonna stay in the Dark World here. So this is the reason that I stayed in the Dark World, so I can get the Bombos tablet while I'm right here. If I didn't get it, it's kind of weird because it's one of the few things that you can't get from the Misery Mire side of the desert. So I do want to make sure I get it. And I don't have Flute yet, so... which technically I will need. See? I knew I'd forget something. Desert Cave. I'm gonna do a quick check here before I go into the palace. Okay, the ledge is a heart piece, so it's not worth running down and back up. Maybe if I am like low on health, and that would complete a heart. So I will double check quick. I am actually at 3/4 heart right now, so if I need a heal, I'll run down and grab it. But otherwise, I will be not spending a ton of time here. This level is way easier with the Master Sword. I mean, obviously most levels are easier when you've got a better weapon, but this one in particular, just because of the little enemies that that get in your way, like the sand trap enemies, they normally take several hits, and you can just one-shot them real easily with this. Hey, I needed the boots. I mean, I didn't need to finish the level, most likely, but I needed to get the rest of the stuff in the level. There's 2 chests over here. We need the key for those. Bottle. That also enables the bug catching, or the sick kid. He only shares his item with you if you have a bottle in your possession. So, kind of a combination. We have a bottle now, and it unlocks a second item. I don't need the heart piece, so we're just gonna skip it. Hey, I got caught on the ledge there and totally screwed that up. Now we have to watch this animation again. I'm going this way. Not worth the risk. Okay. So the rest of this dungeon is surprisingly light on actually needing to do anything. The keys for several of these rooms are in jars. This is one of those things where I was saying, like, you know, when you're just playing the game casually, you'll probably go through, light all these torches, kill all these enemies. You don't need to do that. You know, wait for all these tiles to go. I missed. This is my carrying face. So you do need a source of fire, which means the lantern or the fire rod. This guy is taking a lot of very short hops in diagonal lines, which is kind of annoying. Shovel's another quest item. So I'm probably going to go to Village of Outcasts, which is the Dark World version of Kakariko Village next. And the reason for that is there are several It's another big source of items. It's an overworld location, which means we don't have to go through a dungeon to do it. And actually, I'm just gonna stop by right here real quick. We're gonna stop and do these real quick too. But yeah, we've got like the bottle kid. We've got we can do the blacksmith and start that trading thing. We'll do the shovel on our way through. There's like 2 or 3 like little mini game things, escort missions that we have to do back to back there, which is kind of annoying. But overall, it's gonna net a lot of items. We can also do Thieves Town real quick while we're there. We've got the hammer, which is the only, I think the only required item for it. It's at least close to the only required item. Sounds like bombs, I guess. So I am going to go up into the Dark World first while I'm on the north side of town. The reason for that is pretty simple. I can mirror back and forth while I'm moving through town to get the items that I need. Should be right here. Bottle Kid. That's a good thing to get. Tempered Sword is my friend. Okay, so I am just gonna go through the village real quick here. Get several items out of the way. I'm not gonna go do the blacksmith or the... Well... No, I'm not gonna go do the blacksmith or the pegs right now. I'll go do the chest game. Another bottle. Cut across and do the C-shaped house. Should be this one. Loot. Really? Okay. So I've activated the flute while we're in town. That's important, so we don't have to make another side trip. Third bottle. So there are 4 treasure chests just out in the open here in this first area before we get to the real, to the actual Blind's Cave, or Blind's Fort. Blind is kind of a weird boss. It's always one to, it's definitely good to do early. Because it does not matter what sword you have. I think you have to, yeah, I think it's just, I think Blind just takes 3 hits regardless. 3 hits per form. Key. So this is one of those where I'm not really 100% sure if it's faster to go back out this way or mirror out. I'm pretty sure walking is faster. I'm gonna double check real quick here. I'm trying to remember if one of those was a hard or I want to say like one of the ones that's trapped back there is a fairy. Don't have magic powder. I do have potions, so absolute worst, I will use potions. Once I get to blind, I'll be fine. It's just getting there. Okay, we're going this way first because that way you don't actually have to kill all the enemies. I almost felt bad for that room. So technically you can complete this dungeon without the hammer. However, you have to remember to come back and get the big chest if you end up missing items. Which is never good. One of the biggest things I've learned with this is don't leave chests unopened unless you are confident with where you're at as far as your items go. So, Cane of Burna. Is one of my favorite little tricks for this boss. 3 hits with anything. Oh, hey, an item that gives invincibility and hits the boss? Not really a productive level all in all, but not bad. And we got a crystal, so it doesn't matter. Oh, I forgot to go get the blacksmith first. Well, let's make this trip worth it. So one of the other glitches is hammer dashing. You can push A and Y at the same time to both dash and hold the hammer out. You can technically do this with any item. Hammer is the most useful one. Wow. I just got like all 4 bottles in a very, very short period of time. Okay. I keep like glancing up at the clock because I'm at this like this kind of feeling good part where I'm waiting for something horrible to happen. Okay, I think I'm actually going to... I'm gonna skip the treasure chest for now. You can't do the treasure chest and the shovel game in the same cycle. I don't have a reason to go back down because I'm not doing the swamp palace. So I'm gonna skip, I don't have to do the swamp palace. I don't need to do, or I already got Bombo's tablet. So there's very, very little reason for me to do that. Or to be back down in that same area, at least. Buh. Wait, I thought it was supposed to be 15 digs. Did they change it? They must have changed it. Okay. Well, I'm not gonna complain. There's the fire rod. So we're just gonna do a couple quick little things here. Probably oh, hello. I think we're in go mode. I'm gonna just real quick, since I'm here, do these, but I cannot think of, for the life of me, what else I need besides armor and hearts. Actually, why'd I go back? Okay. So, what go mode means is that instead of going through every single treasure chest in every single dungeon, I am instead going to flip aimlessly through my menu, accidentally not clicking the thing I need. Basically, we just need to get the... We need to go through the dungeon until we get the big key. So as soon as we find the big key chest, we're good. I am going to have perfect Ganon fight. AKA better than what I usually do, or get lucky. There's a good chance that as I'm going through looking for the big key, I'll get at least blue mail. I also have 4 bottles, so I will most likely be stocking up on fairies before I go in to fight Ganon, especially if I'm still wearing green mail. So, Misery Mire. Misery Mire has actually been my least favorite level for a long time. It's still... Go back and watch my actual Link to the Past playthrough, and you will see what a ridiculous mess I made of this level. I know where I'm going in it, at least now. Within reason? That doesn't mean that I like the level now. Or that I'm perfect. So go up there first, get the keys, which lets you flip the blue switch. The blue switch is pretty much what you need to do to get most of this level unlocked. Our goal is to get through this level without having to do that western half of the level. So we're gonna run up here. Another small key. I don't have a shield that can block that. Magic powder, accidentally open that door. Okay, we're gonna at least have to venture into the western half. So we'll see how much of it we need to do. So the next step would be, if we can avoid doing the top floor, that would be best. Which basically involves getting the big key right now. Like that. I think... Is it right here? Yes. I am shocked that I remembered that, but oh well. Again, green tunic. I'm... Go away. So we've got a blue potion, which is good. Actually, I think I've got 2 blue potions and 2 and 2 fairies now, which is about what I want. Blue potions are nice because they actually get you back up to full health. And they restore your magic as well, which is relevant. I hate this room. I've seen someone do that room in the dark. It was stupid. I felt like an idiot after watching them do that, like it was nothing. It's like, I have trouble with that in the light. Okay. Yeah, these enemies hurt. It's weird how when you have, Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna... Wait, no, you do need to do the switch. Darn it. I was just gonna say, it's weird how when you, I don't remember where I was going with that. Good thing I'm on autopilot mode at this point. There's a way you can skip that, that enemy, but... Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm doing. Each of the small eyes dies with 1 silver arrow, the boss dies with 2. Crystal. I really doubt it's gonna happen, but I'm actually on like a really good pace right now, despite my atrocious gameplay at a couple spots. Yeah. So just what I've got left is Ice Palace, which I only have to do about half of. Skullwoods, which is basically just go fight the boss. That's about it. A turtle, and then all of Turtle Rock and Ganon's Tower. Turtle Rock, there's really not much of a skip to it. Because of the way it's structured. I mean, there's a certain point where you can... I think there's one hallway where, depending on if you have a small... Or depending on whether you got a small key earlier, you can skip it. That's about it. Which is great if I can do that, because Mirror Shield. So we're gonna go through this level, we're gonna pick up treasure chests until we find the big key. If we find the big key on the first half of the level, we're good. If we have to go all the way back around to where the big key normally is, I will be less happy, but hey, I'll take it. At this point, whatever we've got. Hopefully that will mean that I've got some more items as well. If I have to open every chest. Maybe I'll get some armor. Lag. I don't want to risk getting hit and getting back to the infernal beeping. Oh well. It's a really narrow window, but if you can do it, that you can get that room on that one fire bar cycle. Don't have the big key yet. Actually, before I forget, key in a jar. I totally did not remember that was there for a very long time. If you're unaware, swinging your sword on the ice helps change your momentum. Small key. By the way, we are on the back half of the level at this point, so we did not accomplish our wishes and dreams, but we're not that far yet, so there's a chance. Ugh. Okay. Crap. I actually could have gone, or just backtracked right there and been fine. I used the small key, so now I actually need to keep going until I get another small key. Which is unfortunate, because this room requires like 3 item changes. Oh my gosh. Trying to remember if it's 1 or 2 keys. I'm gonna be safe. There's only 1 chest left. So unfortunately I ended up doing the whole level, but oh well. Nope. 1 key left. Figures. So the trick here is, because we're not, or because we've got the staff. Whoa. I'm actually gonna be quasi careful here just to be safe. I don't want to lose a fairy off of something dumb. So because we have the Stethus Malia, we can skip that. Normally you have to do so, you know, go through the ice dungeon twice and blah 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 blah. Okay. I do not have bombos. We are going to do this the old-fashioned way. Crap. Okay, so preferably, if you hit all 3 enemies at the beginning... Crap. That was terrible. This is a terrible Cold Stare fight. I've been doing really good on it, too. Basically, right when they first spawn, you can hit multiples of them at the same time and pin them against the wall. And it makes the fight really easy. But we didn't do that. So, Skullwoods. Shortest level in the game because instead of having to find a big key, they basically block the boss off by making you get the fire rod, which is in the big key chest. So you have to go get the big key so you can get the fire rod so you can go fight the boss. However, because our stuff is out of order, what we can do instead is just use the fire rod, go directly to the boss. Yep. For real. Technically, you need 1 small key. Conveniently, there is a key in a jar that's on the way. So as long as you pick up that key and don't use it, go straight to the boss. There's like, I think it's 6 rooms for the whole dungeon. And normally, like playing this dungeon normally, it's a maze. And it's actually one of the least efficient dungeons in the game because there are so many keys and doors and you don't actually need to go through them. So the randomizer has to place a lot of the keys in chests, and a lot of them are basically you're trading a key for a key. Go into a room, get a chest, get a key, just to dig for 1 item. So, skipping is a good thing. Second fairy. Okay, so we will need to be careful for the rest of this. And by that I mean, while we're fighting this boss, I am actually going to need to use potions instead of... I don't have fairies left, so I'm gonna actually need to watch my health enough to use potions. So my goal right now is going to be to use as much as my magic as I can in case I need to use a potion. Or I can just beat the boss. I'm okay with that too. And get a blue mail out of it. This was a good dungeon. This was a good dungeon. Turtle Rock, Ganon's Tower. Turtle Rock is straightforward. There's no real tricks to it or anything. Might as well. My goal is for that to last me the rest of the game. So, I have a very low heart count. Even though I finally got the blue mail, I'm a little nervous. If I get red mail, I'll be a little better. And there's still a fairly good chance that I'll end up getting a little something more. I think this is the fastest way. So we're climbing back up this way. Like I said, I'm pretty sure this is the fastest way to get back to, or to get over to Turtle Rock. We are going to need to go cross over back into the light world, do the hammers, or the 3 hammer pegs on top. And use ether to activate it. I'm literally just turning and looking at my clock and trying to remember what time I actually started this run. Because if I get lucky on Ganon's Tower and I play well in Turtle Rock, this might be a potential sub 2 hour run. It would be my first time doing that, so I am very excited. So we do need to do all the side stuff here, just in case the, well, you have to get all the small keys, and it could technically be the big key, I believe. You know, I'm not actually 100% sure. This might actually be skippable, but I'm pretty sure... Yeah, no, there's a second and small key. Never mind. Yeah, I'm not sure there's... Like I said, I'm pretty sure it's literally just there's one room at the end of Turtle Rock that you can skip. Crap. Well, so much for playing while in Turtle Rock. Oh my gosh. I hate those enemies. Okay. The good news is we've already got all of the stuff. Bad news is we need to do it again. So... that was not what I was trying to do. Okay. If I'm remembering correctly, I don't think I can skip... Actually, I might be able to because I got the big key. I'm gonna try it. At this point, it's worth risking it. I think it's this one? I always get these two mixed up. I want one fairy as a life preserver in case I don't notice. Basically. So actually, I should be able to go here and straight out. So as long as this is a small key, which it's not. Okay, so we will need to go back because of the stuff I skipped. If that had been a small key, we would have actually made really good time. Now I'm all flustered. Awesome. So yeah, I guess I had a 1 in 3 shot of being right there. Crap. Okay, there we go. That could have been worse. I'll take it. Okay. So this is the other room where it really depends on what you've got. Now, I don't have the mirror shield, so what we're gonna do... Oh my god, are you serious? This is just gonna keep biting me, isn't it? Oh my gosh. This is the worst. So, that other small chest that I skipped, that it's like, oh, there's a 1 in 3 chance and blah 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 blah. Yeah, no, it turns out that that's the other small key I needed. Shouldn't have skipped anything. I don't know the key count. People who are very proficient in these races know how many keys are in each level and how many you need. I do not have that knowledge yet. Okay, this should be a full magic pot. Which gets us back up in fighting fit to redo the stuff we need to do. Yeah. Goodbye, sub 2 hours. Unless I get the key in like the first room in the next one. If I had a perfect Ganon's Tower from this point. Maybe. And a perfect Ganon fight. But I am just getting trashed in this dungeon. I know I started out playing tired, and I've probably done pretty well considering that. If you've watched my other videos, you've seen me play tired before. It usually does not go well. See if I can do this the first time this time. 1, 2, 3. I can never remember the other one, but I could have sworn it was also 3. One, 2, 3. What's that? Sorry if you can hear the motorcycle in the background there. It is really nice out, so I left my door open, and although it's actually starting to get a little hot, I'm probably gonna be in trouble. Put the AC back on. Okay. Maximize efficiency. Make the platform, then get the magic pot. I don't like ice on the ground, so we're going to do the fire rod first for Trinex. It's technically more efficient to do the fire head first because it comes out first. Okay. I've got a fairy just in case, but I think I should be good anyway. I don't want to use anything more than I have to, so I can have every resource I've got for Ganon's tower. I am full of grace and eloquence, and I probably shouldn't have taken a Bard's tongue as a flaw. Literally one hit left. Thank God for that, at least. Okay. We are very close to Ganon's tower already. That's why you do Turtle Rock last, no matter, unless you can absolutely not progress. So, first things first, check the right staircase. There are 2 treasure chests. These are real easy to find, or real easy to access, and don't require any keys or a lot of work. The left side has far more treasure chests and an easier, based on how many rooms there are, and how challenging the rooms are. All the small keys. Cape. I can do this better than I did last time. I fell like twice. Buh. That was not the way that usually goes. Oops. No big key yet. Just so as a reminder, all we need is the big key at this point. Technically, you need at least one small key as well. This room has 4 treasure chests. It's a good odds that this is where we're looking for. As I picked up that heart piece and got my full health, I had the realization, I wonder how many times I died where I wouldn't have if I'd picked up that heart piece on the desert ledge. Things not to dwell on. No? Okay, well, that was the left half. We're gonna go do the back half of the basement here. Bounce over that to skip the invisible maze. Crap. That was useful. Armos 2. We have silver arrows, so this fight is a joke. Even more so than it normally is. This is also an extremely laggy room because of the ice graphics and the silver arrows at the same time. I'm okay with that. Gold sword. That makes Ganon a lot more tolerable. Okay, we have to do the right half of the dungeon. That makes me sad. Oh my gosh. This is ridiculous. Like, that wasn't a dumb mistake, that was just a bad luck. Get knocked right into the tile at that point. I'm intentionally trying not to use the sword because there's those two little enemy or those two little things that spit fireballs. I could have sworn there was a treasure chest in there. There is. I'm dumb. Boomerang. That's useful. The room up north is a trap, so don't go in it. Oh my god. There are no words. Wall masters are terrible, terrible things, and they should not exist. That is all. I'm currently taking the I don't want to do this twice route instead of the actual fast route. When I was a kid, I did that with bombs every single time. You have to like time the bomb so it lands on the switch. I think that is literally the last chest. Okay. Let's do this. Yep. Big key door. Quick cape use, because I don't want to deal with that. And we start the gauntlet. So the gauntlet is the name for this section here. It's basically a bunch of rooms with mostly conveyor belts, BMOs, spikes, ice, and a bunch of random enemies. Lots of these horsehead dudes. Generally speaking, I like to go with the conveyor belt. You move faster, you're more likely to dodge the BMOs. Obviously, you need to not run into stuff while you're doing that. Darn. I did catch a fairy, right? Yep. There's a fairy in the next room, so it's fine. Or there will be. Okay. Lemolus. Darn. I'm just gonna go with sword hits for the last one. I felt pretty good about those first two at least, so good enough. This should be the wizrobes. You can technically do that in one cycle, but it's really hard. You have to hit 3 of them with one block and then swing on the... Whoa! The 4th with your sword. Okay. Oops. Hopefully I can still get this in time. It's gonna be close. Okay, for safety's sake, we're gonna do that. Just in case one of these small chests is not a key. And there should just be one key door left. Didn't hit that, right? That was smooth. No risks. Again, phase through that block. This time we're using the hook shot. I have no idea what just happened there, but it glitched out for a second. I think one of the beetles was hitting the bumper off screen. Okay, Aghanim fight. We need to get 6 hits. We're going to try and position ourselves to get at least 2 each time. Literally 2 of them on top of each other. That was pretty good. I think that might actually be a record for me. 3-cycle Aghanim. You can technically do it in 2, but you have to get a perfect pattern. So getting it in 3 is actually usually about the best you can expect. So that felt pretty good. Not even gonna stop. One, 2, 3, 4. Crap, that is not what I meant to do. There we go. We are keeping the hook shot equipped because while your hook shot is extended, you are actually invincible temporarily. So we use that to dodge the bats that come out as much as we can. There's actually a weird thing where when the screen freezes for that animation, you can't move. But if you're in the middle of your hookshot animation, it continues. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and... Darn. If you light the... Oh, crap. Well. Oh well. Oh, I wish the flute worked in the dark world. I had a good place to just heal up quick. 1. You have to talk to him again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6. 6 hits per phase, by the way. For the first 2 phases. 1 hit before each set of tiles will drop. There we go. So now the right torch will not ever go out. Or the left, yeah, the right torch won't go out. So we just need to do the left torch each time it goes, the cycle. One more. Okay. Those last 2 dungeons were a little shaky. They did not go as well as I wanted, but overall, I still felt pretty good there. The Ganon fight was... The second Ganon fight was perfect. Not perfect, but good. The first Ganon fight wasn't bad until I got knocked off. Lamulus and Armos and Aghanim all went really well. Moldorm went really well. Trinix went really well. I mean, outside of the dumb death and and the backtracking in Turtle Rock, that was a really good run. I'm guessing I'm still gonna be at around 2 hours. Just based on what my normal and about what time I thought I started. I honestly don't remember what time I started. Oh, I might have started later than I thought. Oh, I've decided not to fast forward. Just 'cause. I don't really have a reason. Keep this one true to length. Stop. Hammer time. Sword wielding kid. The names for a lot of these are indicating what that particular NPC had. So if you were to not get something or be looking for something later, you can be like, oh, that's where that was. Flying vultures. I'm disappointed. Usually that one says dancing pickles, and they're my favorite. I mean, I hate those enemies, but dancing pickles. Okay. And we get to the credits. And we get into the actual randomizer credits. All the testers. A lot of these guys are involved in the races that I'd been watching. I can't remember if I've posted that somewhere or not. There's a tournament that they did that's like 260 videos of two people going head to head. And the ones with good commentators, which are hit and miss, are really fun to watch. Overall, it's very good. Okay, let's check my quest performance. I skipped a lot of items, I know that. That was my goal. I know I was missing a mail. That was very noticeable for me. And I know I was missing a lot of hearts. Okay. Didn't do 3 of the dungeons, or didn't do 2 of the dungeons and then big key on the 3rd. I never did get Sahasrala's item after I beat Tower of Hera. Probably could have saved some time there. Just gotten out when I had the Titan's Mint. Oh well. Items pre-Ganon key. Unfortunately. I got Master Sword pretty quick. I had a lot of time. Well, I got a lot of stuff before I got the boots, but yeah. Okay, 4 save and quits. That sounds about right. 2 deaths, unfortunately. 6 minutes. An item menu is actually really good for me. Total lag time 9 minutes. That's actually a little high. Oh my gosh. The sub 2 hours was so close. I could have done it. I made a bunch of dumb mistakes. I could have done it if I hadn't died. If I'd actually stopped and got the keys on the first time through Turtle Rock. If I hadn't done Tower of Hera, or if I hadn't done the boss at Tower of Hera. Yeah, I wouldn't have done the right set of Ganon's Tower. If I hadn't fallen on the Ganon fight. So close. Well, that was still a really good run. And it makes me like it makes me a little bit frustrated that I did make some of those mistakes, but I know that I was coming into this, feeling a little off and a little tired. So, and I know I've done better on those sections before. I may just, I don't know, I can't replay the same seed. That's silly. I know where the items are. Um, I'd be really curious to see, and honestly, I hope Mike gets a sub 2 hours just so one of us can say we have. So I've been Rafe Gal. This has been the Legend of Zelda Randomizer in one shot for the first time. Also, I believe. Give me a like and subscribe if you're enjoying this. Check out some of my old videos. I've got a bunch more Zelda Randomizer runs posted. I've got just a vanilla run of Link to the Past, DuckTales, Lufia 2 Ancient Cave runs, Quintet Block stuff, ActRaiser, Soul Blazer, and some other. I just started playing Mario, so and Final Fantasy IV Job Fiesta. So yeah, lots of fun, good stuff. Check it out. And if you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll catch you next time.